What's up, YouTube? This is Mathos97, and welcome to my SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 General Manager Mode! That is right, folks. We are ready to get this series finally underway. It has been years in the making, this 2007 General Manager Mode. I advertised it in my State of the Channel 2015 video, and I'd been building up to it even before then, but we're finally gonna get this series underway. Are you excited? Cause I am excited. So let's, oh my god, controller, stop. Yeah, my controller might spaz out on occasion like it's doing right now because good old Mad Catz controllers, they are just the best, aren't they? So as you can see, I have not unlocked every legend that is available in the game. I have bought about half of them, roughly. Actually, no, I think I have. No, I haven't. I'm just one short of having bought half of them. But I still have a little bit of season mode yet to play, and by play, I mean simulate up until the pay-per-views and then play the pay-per-view matches because I can't be bothered to play all that season mode. Season mode has never got my attention. I actually just played it a little before this recording to get Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Bret Hart. I just got the Survivor Series trophy, so they're available, but everybody else I have to unlock yet, so if there's anyone here that is not unlocked who you would like to see me use in the series, maybe Shane McMahon, he just came back in the WWE, so that's a potential option. But yeah, let me know down in the comments section if you would like me to use any of these legends in the future, but back to the draft. So as you can see, I don't have everybody unlocked, unfortunately. However, I do have a few superstars, a few legends unlocked. I'm not going to make them all publicly available for the draft, just because obviously I could let the other brand pick all the legends that I don't want and just take all the good superstars, and that would be me kind of rigging the game, which I don't feel is really fair. And plus, I don't know exactly what you viewers want me to do with said legends. So what I'm going to do, I am going to make The Rock available to be drafted. And since Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was the other one I wanted to make available because I used him in 2006, so I was going to let Raw take him not Raw, I'm going to be Raw, so that I could let SmackDown take him, just so that way I'm not like double dipping compared to last year's series. So in Austin's place, I am going to make Bret Hart available, and I am going to let Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, I'm going to let SmackDown draft Bret Hart just to kind of make up for Austin, who isn't going to be there. But as for like Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper, Bam Bam Bigelow, I'm going to leave them as they are. Jim the Anvil Neidhart, I don't know. Do I want to make him? You know what? I'm going to leave him off for right now. You know what? I'll go ahead, I'll throw in Hulk Hogan as well, because I had him last year, so I'll let Friday Night SmackDown take Hulk Hogan. Jim Neidhart, you might say, well, you should make him public along with Bret Hart. Well, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to leave it up to you. If you think that I should, well, just let me know. What should I do with the legends? Who do you want me to try to potentially pick up in the future? Should I leave them off at the moment? Or maybe should I just make them public, like make them available to be signed, but leave them in the free agency and just see who gets them first? Because I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with all of these legends just yet. I think last year in 2006, I had them all unlocked beforehand. 2008, I did as well. But this time, I want to do things a little bit differently. Just because, like, actually no, 2006, I don't think I had them all unlocked at that point. I don't know, you can go back and watch episode 1 of 2006 GM mode, which I will link at the end of this video, while you guys wait for some 2007 GM mode. But I do want to mention, as I'm drafting some of these people, we gotta sort by popularity, of course. Actually, no, we're not doing that, because I know exactly who I want. My #1 draft pick is going to be the former World Heavyweight Champion from my SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 GM mode series, the man who never lost the championship after an entire series, Triple H. And that's right, he's going to be the WWE Champion to start off this series. I left a poll on the final episode of my 2006 GM mode, and you guys, you voted, you said that Triple H should be the WWE Champion. So, that's what we're going to do. We're going to sign him for a 9-month contract. I want to have some big guys around for like that 1-year mark, but I also need money. So Triple H, you're going to be the only one who gets that 9-month contract. SmackDown decides to go with Hulk Hogan. That is cool. You know what? I am going to sort by popularity. I like to do it by names, but popularity, I know who I want to go for first. So who am I going to draft number 2? Well, I'm trying not to double dip like I did 2006, where I specifically went into SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 looking to choose people who I would not use in the 2007 series, for the most part. So, my second pick is going to be the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. I didn't have him last time, so I'm going to pick him up for this year's game. My third pick, I had him last year, didn't really utilize him to full effectiveness though. There are a couple people who will kind of break the rule in that I used them last year, but I want to use them again this year. One of them is Eddie Guerrero, so we're gonna pick him up for 6 months. They took Kurt Angle, dagnabbit, so I guess I'm just not meant to have Kurt Angle. Because last year, Kurt Angle, he jumped ship to Monday Night Raw when I was SmackDown, so I guess I can't have Kurt Angle. That's not gonna happen. So I'm not picking up The Rock. The Rock I specifically left for them. So instead, I'm going to go for another guy who I did not have in last year's series, and that is John Cena, the meme himself, John Cena. He's coming to my show. So for my next pick, I had Batista. I didn't focus on him entirely, but Batista did play a pretty significant role in the series as a whole, whereas Rey Mysterio kind of came in at the tail end of it, and he's a big cruiserweight, and I don't want SmackDown to have a guy like Rey Mysterio, so I'm going to pick him up under a 3-month contract, Rey Mysterio. They went for Super Crazy, and they sure are loco because they could have taken a man with much higher popularity than that, but then again, they need cruiserweights. So my next pick, I had Edge last year as well. He was pretty prominently featured. So I think I'm going to make my next pick Mick Foley, the Raw GM. Why not? Now for my next pick, I'm not going to go for Edge. I had him last year. He was one of my major features, so I'm going to let him go for now. But then again, if you guys want me to potentially go back and get an Edge or Batista, let me know down in the comment section. We can look to do that later on in the series. But another man that I did not have at all last year, we're going to go for a 6-month contract. It is The Undertaker, and I'm already running low on funds. They took Rob Van Dam. That was going to be my next pick. You know what? Maybe I will take Edge. Edge was he never got the push towards the world title. Orton never really did either. But I think, I'm going to go for Edge. I don't care. They left him on the table. I'm going to pick him up for 3 months. They took Chavo. They just want me to take Rated RKO. But I'm not going to do it. I'm actually going to go for... do I really want Bobby Lashley, though? Actually, I have to start thinking about the women, too. I'm getting down to that 10th pick, so I got to be careful here. I think my next pick, I am going to go for... You know what? I'm going to take him. They left him on the board. I'm going to pick up Randy Orton. They took Chris Benoit. That is fine. I had him last year. He was, you know, I got a good use out of him. So my next pick, I am going to go for the women. I'm going to pick up Lita. They took Trish! You freaking... Looks like I'm going to have to make a trade. I think I might just send out Randy Orton or Edge because I kind of don't want to use them right off the bat, and I need Trish right off the bat, so yeah, I'm going for that. My next pick, while the higher popularity people are still on the board, I'm going to pick up a Mr. Kennedy. That is right, folks. You gotta have a Mr. Kennedy on the roster. So my next pick, I'm going to go back to the women. We're going to choose Melina. Looks like I might have to start dumbing down some contracts a bit. Some of my earlier ones, perhaps. Because I don't think I'm going to have enough money to sign all of these people. Next pick, somebody who I kind of buried in 2006. But I'm going to give him a... No. Actually, no. I did not have JBL in my 2006 series. So maybe instead of Carlito, I think I'm going to pick up JBL. Sorry, Carlito. It's just not meant to be, buddy. Next pick. She returned at NXT TakeOver. Actually, no, they're not going to pick Mickie James next time. They're not going to do it. So you know what, Carlito? I'll throw you an apple. You can be on the show. Why not? But my next pick is going to be the woman who returned at NXT TakeOver Toronto, Mickie James, one of my personal favorites. But that means that I missed out on Shelton Benjamin. That kind of sucks. So, I think Triple H, I'm not gonna bring down his contract. I'll drop Cena's for the moment. Yeah, they're already at 3 months. Okay. So we're gonna stick to that right now. I try to be fiscally conservative where I can. Doesn't always work out, but I think we'll be okay at this point. So, since I have Melina, I think that I'm going to pick up, for just a 5-week contract, just until I can build up some more funds, we're gonna pick up Johnny Nitro. They went for Finlay, so she's on the board, she's got pretty high popularity. We're gonna go for Tori Wilson. So they decided to go for Umaga. That is fine. Who other? Jillian or Candice? Right now, I'm gonna be trading for Trish, so that will leave me with 5 women on the roster. I think that's fine. That way we can have 2 good rivalries going, and then kind of have a floater who can sort of do whatever we need them to do. I could pick up Kane, but Kane he had a couple of title runs in my previous series, and unless I could get Big Show and Kane, I highly doubt that. Because, like, they could make for good tag team champions. Actually, I should have been thinking for tag teams at this point. Like, I could always do DX, but I could do Rated RKO, but I might trade one of them out. I'll have to think more about that. This is actually the video. I want you to leave me as many suggestions as possible, because I'm actually going to be recording probably up until the Backlash pay-per-view right now, like in this session that I'm recording right now. Just because I want to have content out, because here's the thing. I'm on Thanksgiving break as I'm recording this, here in America, of course. So it's about November. I want to have enough content to get me to my winter break, which will be about mid-December, once I get through all my finals for classes. I'm going to pick up Matt Hardy. Oh, wow. Yeah, I need to drop another contract down. No, I'll just give him 5 weeks for the moment. But once my finals once I get beyond them and I'm done with the first semester at college, maybe I will drop Triple H. Nope, gotta keep Triple H. He's gonna be the big guy. He was the big champion. Maybe I'll drop Undertaker's. Yeah, we're gonna drop Taker's contract down a little. Sorry, dead man. But that's why I want you guys, if you have any feud suggestions, any suggestions for superstars I should try to pick up, I want you to let me know on this video, and, you know, even in the next ones coming up, but especially this one, because I'm going to be recording about the first month in GM mode, just so I have footage to carry me over towards finals, and until I can get my next recording session in. But after that, I'm going to come back, and I'm probably going to do another big session from my winter break, so that way I have a bunch of footage going forward, because my PlayStation 2 is at my house. I really don't want to bring that with me back to college, along with all my other stuff that I have to bring with me. So they didn't take Kane. I could take Boogeyman, but I don't really know what I could do with the Boogeyman. You know what? He's only in this game. I'll pick him up for 5 weeks, just to see how things go. And as for that 20th slot, are we really gonna leave Kane a free agent? No. Okay. Wait, yeah. I don't want the Boogeyman. I'm gonna pick up Kane. No, I'm not gonna pick up Kane. Sorry, Kane, you're gonna be a free agent, because I need that 20th slot for when I trade out to get Trish. Because I'm probably gonna try to pick up a second superstar, maybe, or I could always go back and sign him after the fact. But if you have any rivalry suggestions, free agent signing suggestions, or suggestions for what I should do for the Legends, let me know in the comment section of this video, because, like I said, for those recording sessions, I would like to have all of my stuff planned out ahead of time, so, like, I want to be interactive at the same time, but I have to record whenever I can, so that way I can have content for you guys, and this series can be consistent. So, that is why I would like as many comments as you have, as many ideas as you have. Let me know all of them down in the comment section of this video. So for the moment, I have to plan everything out for myself and figure out, you know, what kind of a rivalries do I want to do for the first month. So, The Undertaker, he's going to be the babyface. Triple H, he is a heel. He's got to be dirty. Tori Wilson, well, let's take a look at the other women first of all. Boogeyman. Do the people like Boogeyman? I know he ripped off that one indie company, so we'll make him a heel. Shawn Michaels has got to be a babyface. We're not going to have DX just yet. He's basically our top guy next to Triple H. Maybe he'll be the first guy to challenge for the title. We will see. Mysterio's going to be clean. Randy Orton, he's gonna be the big bad guy, I suppose. Mickie James is gonna be clean. Mick Foley. Well, here's the thing. I know that I want Eddie Guerrero. I mean, nah. Hold on. So I have Triple H as a heel. I have Shawn Michaels as a face. Undertaker is gonna be face. And these are my big guys. Ray's gonna be face. So you know what? Eddie's gonna be. Oh, I can pair him with Ray. Why didn't I draft Chavo? Oh my goodness, that's a potential trade in the making. Maybe I'll go for him. Yeah, Eddie's gonna be a heel. Maybe I'll try to trade for Chavo. Carlito will be heel. Edge, heel. JBL, heel. Cena, people want him to be heel, but I'm gonna need Cena to be a babyface for the time being. Nitro, definitely a heel. Okay, maybe Eddie should be a face. Lita's definitely a heel. I really hope that they don't make Trish a heel, because that is going to ruin my plans real quick. Matt Hardy, definitely a face. Melina, a heel. Tori's got to be a face then, because I don't have many face people. I mean, Tori, honestly, will probably be the one who kind of flips back and forth the most. She'll be the big show in terms of heel-face turns, just to use her for new rivalries wherever I need her. Mick Foley, probably a heel. No, I have a lot of heels. That's what I just said. So Mick is going to be a face. But he likes to use weapons. Should he be a heel? No, Mick, you're going to be a face. I know, oh no, when I left off, Eddie was a face in 2006. But this is a new series. We're going to make him a heel. That's what we're going to do. So I think we're looking good in terms of our roster, in terms of our heels, faces. Let's accept those. And right off the bat, we know who our world champion is. It is the Game, Triple H. Tag team titles. I could potentially give those to the Guerreros. Actually, what if maybe I'll trade, because I need to think who I want to trade out for. Because I definitely want to get Trish. And I'm also thinking Chavo. So it's going to have to be somebody perhaps like an Orton or an Edge, I think, just in terms of their overall. Obviously, they're not going to be able to make Trish a champion, but if they make... actually, no, I don't know if making them a champion actually affects what the general manager thinks of their popularity. For now, obviously the cornerstone of the women's division, I'm thinking it should be Lita. We gotta have a heel to start off as champion there. Could be Melina, but honestly, Lita, Melina. It's a pretty obvious choice there. Although, it could be a potential alliance if I could have Melina be women's champion and Johnny Nitro as Intercontinental champion, but that is a plan for the future. Our Intercontinental champion, I'm thinking we should give it to sort of a lower tier superstar, but at the same time, we want it to be somebody who's not like 60, 70. I'm thinking maybe like an 80 at the moment. I know Edge was a former US champion in my previous series. Maybe Mick Foley. Maybe Mick might work. Potentially Ray. Because Triple H, Shawn Michaels probably going to be at the top of the card competing for the major championship. Eddie Guerrero. Well, I'm thinking Eddie and Ray are going to have a feud. Because I can throw Chavo in there as well. So I think I'm going to give Rey Mysterio the Intercontinental title. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. And then for the tag team titles, for now, I'm going to give it to Edge and Randy Orton. I think that's a good plan moving forward. So this is what we got for our champions. I like it. I can always make a change if I decide to trade Orton. I guess we'll just see how this first trade needs to go, because that's right off the bat, trade one, it's what I need to do. Vince McMahon, yeah, that's cool. I don't care what you have to say. I'm the boss now. So right off the bat, rosters, proposed trades. And I hope that they sign them to a decent contract. Trish, 13 weeks, that's good for me. That's a 66 overall. Oh, and Chavo's 13 weeks as well. I might actually be able to make this work. So Chavo, both of you. And what were my 5-week contracts? Oh, you fool! Why did I sign you for 13 weeks? Okay. Well, that's fine. It's a bit of a financial drop on my part. What if I throw in a third person? I'm trying to get the biggest bang for my buck here because I'm cheap as hell, and you can't teach that. So Chavo. If I throw Carlito in there and maybe like a lesser, somebody like a Boogeyman, who I really don't think I'm going to use at the moment. So if I throw him in there and potentially go for... I'd really like to use a Shelton Benjamin, to be perfectly honest. But I'm looking more towards that lower tier. Someone who I think I could reasonably get with a trade like this. Umaga, I really don't think... What am I looking at right now? Chavo was a 60. Trish was a 66. Boogeyman is a 62. Carlito's a 72. Trying to calculate the math in my head. I think, yeah, 70. All these guys, these ones definitely asking too much. Umaga, perhaps. If not, maybe like a Finley. Let's try for Umaga. Let's see if I can make this work. Umaga could be another heel to add to my roster, perhaps. But then again, oh, that's right. I'm really hoping that some of these people are heels, because otherwise these were two of my like lower tier heels. So otherwise, potential rivalries, this could be a bit of an issue. Trade declined. Okay, that's fine. Do you need any help? No, I don't need help. First of all, I guess with my money, I should be trying to buy storyline writers. So, where's the big one? There's the big one. You're mine. I need you, Kilachowski. Diva Jealousy. You know what? This looks like a good one. But where's the other one? There's one in particular. This is the one. Student turns on teacher. GM kiss up. These are usually storylines. They're pretty easy to utilize. They're kind of open-ended. Whereas some of the other ones, like Against All Odds, you need so many people. Cruiserweights Collide is pretty specific. Greatest of All Time, incredibly specific. You need 2 legends for that. Injury Revenge is a pretty neutral one, though. Hey, look, Shinsuke Nakamura is in this game. How cool. But also, like, there are a lot of 1-star rivalries, which aren't as good, but then you have, like, David versus Goliath, Cheating Girlfriend, which, Actually, I could probably use that one with Melina and Nitro. That'd be a good starting feud. Only problem now is that, oh, Corey Ledesma. You get all the big ones. The kidnapping, the returning legend. That I'll buy you in the future. I will definitely contract your services. 2 super heavyweights, that's pretty good. But for now, I think we are okay at the moment. Let me go back to this trade, though, real quick. This is going to be a bit of a longer first episode than what I normally do. But that's just par for the course at this stage. I need to try and get this stuff underway. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it here. Next episode, I'm going to try to get this trade underway. So, I hope you enjoyed this first episode. Be sure to, like I said, leave me any suggestions down in the comment section. What you think I could do, what I could do to improve the series, and any potential feuds. Now, like I said, if you want to leave me feud suggestions, not for like this immediate, like I'm not going to make them immediately, but for future months. So like, not for Backlash, but for Vengeance, I believe is the next pay-per-view. Yeah, so for like Vengeance, SummerSlam, those type of things. So if your storylines don't happen immediately, that's because I've recorded all of this ahead of time. They're going to happen later on down the road. So just wanted to clarify that one last time. Until next time, keep on YouTubing.